What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fanatic's Eye. We're going to be talking a little bit of basketball today. A question a lot of the people have been asking is, are the Warriors done for? Was last season their last shot at a title? Look, whenever number 30 is on the court, I'm giving this team a chance to make a deep playoff run. That's how much I believe in this guy, okay? As long as they can get to the playoffs, he has the ability to carry them to the finals, okay? But I'm looking at their level of play individually, and I'm seeing Klay Thompson's only scoring 15 a game. Wiggins isn't playing quite to the level of defense that he has been over the last few years since they acquired him. And their young guys just don't look like they've fully developed. Now, this could translate one of two ways. This could either be the end of them, like people are speculating. They could never have a chance at the playoffs again, and the organization's going to just, start shipping people out and try and rebuild the team around Steph Curry before he retires. Because to be honest, as long as he's in the league, he's going to be an impactful player no matter what team he's on. Or this could be an early season slump like last season, like last year, and their offense just hasn't quite clicked yet. But come All-Star break, they're going to be firing on all cylinders. Klay's going to be closer to what he used to be. Steph Curry's going to be popping off. The young guys are going to start playing more to their potential. And then come end of the season, they've got a 5 or 6 seed playoff spot. And the good news is, they're pretty much middle of the pack in every stat. They're sitting at 12th in scoring with 115 points per game, and they're only giving up about 114 points per game, which is about 19th in the league. And if this is the worst they'll be all season, which I'm willing to put my money on that is the case, the level of play can only go up from what it has been. And eventually, you're going to see a team that's scoring 120 points per game and only giving up 110 points per game. And honestly, I can't see an NBA team that consists of Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter and arguably the greatest point guard of all time, and Klay Thompson, one of the best shooters of all time and one of the best shooting guards of all time. I can't see a team with both of them and going for an entire season and having a below average scoring offense. That just doesn't happen. It hasn't happened with them. And it won't happen with them. Look, this is the same thing that happened last season. They had an early slump, and everyone was like, oh, the Warriors are done. Bad chemistry in the locker room. Draymond's out for the first few games. They're not going to get up to par with the rest of the league. And then guess what? Next thing you know, they beat the 3-seeded Sacramento Kings in the playoffs. So I'm willing to bet that this Warrior team is going to be just fine come end of season. They're going to be in the playoffs and possibly make a deep playoff run, and that with the roster they currently have, every single year, they have a shot at the title. So no, the Warriors are not done for. Now, another looming question going around right now is who has the team that is best set up for long-term success? Is it the Celtics, the Denver Nuggets, or the Oklahoma City Thunder? Those are the three teams that really stand out when it comes to who's going to have the most long-term success. First, the Boston Celtics, with a core of Jason Tatum, who's 25, Jaylen Brown, who's 27, and Kristaps Porzingis, who's 28. Their average core age is 27 years old, okay? So they're a young team. They have some very good veterans on that team, including Drew Holiday and Al Horford. But other than those two, they are a very young team, and they have a lot of playoff experience. The Oklahoma City Thunder have a core compiled of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's 25, Josh Giddey, who's 21, possibly not for much longer, and Chet Holmgren, who's 21. So your average age there is 22. So that's an even younger team, and all three of those guys have shown that they have a potential as high as any other young player in the league. And last but not least, the reigning, defending NBA Finals champions, the Denver Nuggets, whose starting core consists of Jamal Murray, who's 26, Michael Porter Jr., who's 25, and back-to-back MVP winner Nikola Jokic, who's only 28. So your average age there, 26. So, again, younger than the Celtics, but they've won a finals. Okay, they won the finals just last year, and they've made a few deep playoff runs, including a trip to the Western Conference Finals twice. So the question is, who's better set up for long-term success? Which of these three teams is the best set up for success? To me, the answer is the reigning champs. It's the Denver Nuggets. They're not the funnest team to watch. They're not the flashiest, but they get the job done. They are the best team in the league in my eyes. And nobody wants to say that because we've seen them be incredible for several years. And Nikola Jokic is back-to-back MVP, and they're coming off an NBA Finals win, and they're not super flashy. So they're not the most exciting team in the league, but that doesn't matter. When it comes to who's the better team, it's the Denver Nuggets. Their core is still super young, like I said, average age of 26. But what sets them apart is that they've already won a championship. They've already won a championship with this same group of guys. They haven't had to go out and make huge blockbuster trades to shoot them into contention like the Boston Celtics when they traded for Porzingis and Drew Holiday. And they've just been one of the better teams since Jokic and Murray teamed up. Those two are physically impossible to defend at the same time. If you're going to shut down Jokic, you're not going to be able to shut down Jamal Murray too. Jamal Murray is going to go off for 35 points and 10 assists, okay? If you're going to shut down Jamal Murray, Jokic is going to go get a 25-point triple-double. Like, they are physically impossible to stop at the same time. You could literally drop anybody into this team if you scrapped the entire Nuggets team, gave them a whole new roster, but you only left Jokic and Murray on the team, they would be just as good or better. Their play style works with any other players in the league. As long as you're not going out and getting extremely ball-dominant players like if they were to have gone out and got Kyrie Irving or Jaylen Brown. The Nuggets have exactly what they need to be successful. And we've seen it happen. They just won the finals. They have a back-to-back MVP winner who is, once again, in the race for MVP and probably should have been a 3-time MVP winner, but they gave it to Embiid, which you could say he deserves it. I don't think he did. But the fact that you have these two guys, and then you also have a 25-year-old Michael Porter Jr. who might be hit or miss, but when he's hit, he hits. Okay, he is a sharpshooter, not extremely consistently, but you don't really need him to be super consistent in shooting the ball when you have two elite ball scorers already. You just don't need it. And when it does happen, then they're just going to play even better. So you've already got these two in Jokic and Murray, and then you drop in a 25-year-old Michael Porter Jr. who could be with them for who knows how long. This is just the scariest team in the NFL. They're not the flashiest, they're not the most showy, but they win more games, and they do more with what they have. When I look at the Celtics, I see another young, scary team, but we've seen some issues locker room-wise with Tatum and Brown and some other guys in there. And they have gotten rid of some of those problems. And when I look at OKC, I'm looking at another young and flashy team who has been playing extremely well. But I see a Josh Giddey who is only 21 and he's already in trouble with the law. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go look up Josh Giddey news and it'll come up. But because of this, he's getting booed everywhere he goes. Every time he touches the ball, he's getting booed. Like, I have never seen this before. I've never seen someone get booed as much as I've seen Josh Giddey get booed. And with the kind of allegations that are against him, even if he's proven innocent, we all know that even if you have these kind of allegations against you, no matter what the outcome is, it's still not going to end well for you career-wise. So who knows if the Thunder will keep him or not. But I also see a Chet Holmgren who, in his first season, had a season-ending injury before the preseason was over. In the preseason, last year, he gets injured and he can't play for the entire year. He gets a season-ending injury. And the last time a significant player like Chet Holmgren had an injury like that in his rookie season, it was Ben Simmons. And where has he ended up? Pretty much a nobody. Okay, nobody really wants him. He's just kind of floating around and he's just kind of there. And I'm looking at Chet Holmgren and I don't know if he'll be able to continue to play as well as he's played because of that injury. So When you take all of that into account, the Denver Nuggets are no doubt the best team in the league. But not only are they the best team in the league, they're the best team. They're the best set up for long-term success above every other team. Agree with that or not? That's my take. We'll see you next time. Peace out.